Boom. We're going to get this recording started. We're going to dive in. It's going to be a wonderful day. For those of you who are here, thank you. And for those of you who might be watching the recording, thank you for that as well. A lot of greatness happening and all kinds of fun stuff out there in the world. It's Tuesday. A lot of opportunities to both trade, but most importantly, to enrich lives. That's the mission here at Real Life Trading. Did everyone have fun yesterday catching some profitable trades with your boy Robert Falco? And I think that was a lot of fun. A lot of people made some money on Tesla yesterday. It's gonna be fun. Most importantly, though, with the free week, my main goal is to answer as many questions as I can, make sure everyone feels comfortable and happy and flowy. Make sure you guys are all good to go and just enjoying everything. Sweet. All right. Adriano, dude, well done. Way to turn your trading around. Adriano had a tough 3 or 4 days and then just realized that he's amazing and started crushing it again. So good job, Adriano. Awesome work. Hector, dude, I was just going to text you this morning. I miss you, man. Hope you're doing awesome. Love you, bro. Tell Luis I said, hey, hope you boys are both just rocking life and snapping necks and cashing checks. Tell Vanessa I said hi. Hope baby boy's doing awesome. You are the man. Lucas, what's up? All right. Methune says, good morning, Newsom. Hey, bud. Hunter Clark, all the way from North Carolina. Welcome. By the way, where's everyone from? We already have over 100 people here. My girl Emily Young is in the building. I like it. I know Brian's from Nashville. Hope you're doing awesome, Brian. Got a trader from Oregon. My girl Cindy's in the building. Kansas City. Nice, John. Olympia, Washington. Yep, Doug. Thune says Melbourne, Australia from Ricky Land. Yes. Winnipeg, Canada. Israel in the building. Toronto. Lucas says my favorite gap is Netflix. How will you trade it? Let's review it. We'll look at it in just a second. My girl Donna's from Jacksonville, Florida. Benjamin, what's up, Ben? How you doing, buddy? Got Jay from Pittsburgh. Another Cindy from New Hampshire, I believe. Solid. Oh, we got someone from Montreal. Who's that? Oh, man. Patrick is from Montreal. I like it. Sweet. Cecile says, what about Jamaica? I mean, I'm assuming you're from Jamaica. Otherwise, I don't know anyone else that is from Jamaica personally. Philip Williams is in the building. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing great. All right, cool. Well, let's get started. Netflix. Lucas says this is his favorite gap of the day. Netflix. So it is gapping down. This is a true statement. It's a very, very small gap. It's not clearing any pivots, so it's not clearing the low of the day or the high of the day, which means it could be an inside day candle. Obviously, it's gapping down very small. The overall market's gapping up a little bit. So sure, we could have a little bit of weakness and roll down some more. I don't think this was earnings, but maybe it was. I might have missed it. Looks like it might have been, but I don't think it was. I'm not blown away by this gap particularly. I wouldn't have woken up early to trade it. But if I were going to buy or play Netflix today, my analysis would be buy the dip around 523, stop loss about 521, and target one would be about 530. That will be it. Chris says, Jeremy, good to be here. Bro, glad to have you. Super amped. Okay. We had a request for Roblox already, RBLX. And Roblox got one of Ricky Cadden's weekly options newsletter setups on RBLX. This is a bearish swing trade that we set up a few days ago on Roblox. And yeah, it looks interesting. It is gapping up. You do have a pretty strong bullish candle. I'm intrigued to see what it does today. Obviously, I think a lot of people see this ginormous double top. I think we get that. And we have closed below it, and we could be retesting. So this could be a retest, and we eventually roll over, or it's not, and it just starts going higher. So we will see, but I'll put on the list. It is gapping above the high of yesterday, which is cool. And we have traded Roblox pretty successfully and profitably in the day trading room. Peloton, strong gap for me yesterday. Really good play. We analyzed this one a few times yesterday on Peloton. Obviously, I wish I had gotten in, didn't sell, and was still holding. That would be amazing, right? But yeah, it is gapping up big today. So it has some edge to it. It's worth watching. Adriano messaged me in Slack yesterday. Said, Newsom, how'd you play Peloton? I said, pull up the 3-minute chart. And then he was like, oh yeah, I got it. I see now. Now I see. So perfect little 3-minute bear hammer, gorgeous trade. So this is one that we did talk about yesterday in the morning room. I did post this setup before it happened. I don't know if you guys got a chance to trade it, but if you did, congrats if anyone took that trade on Peloton. And Adriana says, I was looking at the 2-minute chart. Yeah, I can respect that. Can respect. I generally don't trade the 2-minute very frequently. Sometimes early in the morning I will, but anyway, long story short, I'll put Peloton on the list for today and I'll watch it. We'll see if we get a chance to trade it. It is a pretty strong gap up. Huge buying candle yesterday though. My assumption is it's going to fade down and we'll get a chance to buy it at some point. So I'll look for some type of quick lower shadow. Probably won't go super aggressive on the long. Had a request for TAL, Education Service. This thing has been getting absolutely smoked. And it is gapping up today. The main reason I'm not in love with TAL is because it doesn't move very much on the daily. So the overall daily range is kind of small. It is a good gap. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not saying it can't have a huge move. It absolutely could. But usually the average range on the stock is pretty tiny. So since it's already up 9%, it's already past double its average true range. So I probably won't aggressively trade it. So I think we can let that one do its thing. Ticker symbol SEC Limited. Very strong gap. So C Limited gapping up, pretty decent bullish candle. Overall trend looks good. Long-term moving averages look good. Yeah, it's nice. So C Limited, small gap up, overall bullish trends, really strong company, good fundamentals. Buy the dip on that one, I reckon. Fuel Cell, FCEL. Fuel Cell is gapping up. It's gapping up very, very small. But what's interesting is this thing did have a rally. A lot of people were excited about this rally in May and June, and then it has pulled all the way back down to where it was in May. So if you got a chance to do some collars or some covered calls or buy some protective puts or peel off some positions or dollar cost average down and then sell it at a higher price, congratulations. And if you didn't, I guess that's also okay. Fuel Cell does move pretty well, has a pretty big range. Chris says thinking a Fuel Cell will stop at 650. It's a tight setup. But I get it. I see it. If I were personally buying Fuel Cells today, which I probably won't, But if I were playing it, is a retest gap, right? White candle gapping up. It's a small gap, nothing crazy strong. I'd probably try to buy it at 666 with a stop at 646. So pretty much what you're looking at. Pretty similar. 2 minutes to launch for Jeff Bezos going into space. All right, that'll be cool. Best of luck for him and the team. Let's go look at Amazon. I mean, I'm assuming Amazon will have some interesting news, but what a beautiful, beautiful retest on Amazon. Right? There's the retest gap. And this is the retest of the retest gap. How fun. So we'll look at Amazon. We'll see what it does today. Let it hang out. Let it do its thing. But hope all goes well with our boy Bezos, Robert's best friend. All right, here's Microsoft. Microsoft today, it is gapping up. It's an inside candle gap, so it's not clearing the high or low of yesterday. So as far as a day trade, if this is a stock that you day trade every single day, I guess something you could watch it, you could get some love on it. Obviously, the overall trend is bullish. So therefore, I'd probably look to buy a dip, right? If I was buying a dip on Microsoft, it'd probably be somewhere down here at 276.84, since that's the previous resistance from yesterday, and see if it can go a little bit higher. That's pretty much it. I mean, nothing extremely good about today's gap on Microsoft. Not really opening above the high or the low. Overall trend's bullish. Buy the dip. Best of luck. CAH, Cardinal Health. Cardinal Health. Now, this is a good gap. You'll notice Cardinal Health is gapping above numerous pivots. It is a bullish gap and go, which is nice. And yeah, it looks good. Yeah, I mean, anyway, it's a nice gap. I'll put it on the list. I'll watch it. Let's see what it does. Got some requests for Square. Hey, Rez, I see your Tesla request, brother. I see it, my friend. I got it. Take a deep breath. Take like a nice inhale with your lungs. We got 15 minutes until market open. I look at Tesla every day. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. Deep breath. It'll all be okay. All right, Square. Beautiful hammer at the 100. Nice gap up. Looks wonderful. And yeah, I mean, it looks really, really pretty. So I love Square long term. I mean, with this gap, this hammer, my assumption is it probably fades down and then you get a dip buying opportunity. That makes the most sense to me. With a hammer like this, I'm 96% sure that gap up will fill. So here's the 5-minute chart. And again, 5-minute chart will probably just flash down. If you're looking at buying it today, obviously, I think that's a good idea. Probably would want to snag it around 233.50. Most likely could do a stop loss at 231.50, have a $2 stop loss. And yeah, just kind of buy into those long-term averages on a 5-minute chart. Buy the dip if you want to. If I turn the extended hours off, this is kind of what it looks like. And the bullish Momo is already on the 5-minute and a 15-minute, I believe. Yep. So yeah, you're already looking at it bullish. Probably look at to buy a dip. That's pretty much my thoughts on Square. That's it. Here's the Qs, right? Qs, small gap up. I mentioned yesterday, we probably do fill this gap before we go a little bit lower. So gap up, trade down. We'll see what it does. I will, full disclosure, be watching today very, very closely for like a strong base to form. And if we start breaking that base, I will be perfectly happy to short the mess out of the market today. So full disclosure, market's up until 4 p.m. Eastern. If we do something like this and then hang out and then break lower, yeah, I'll short it. Not afraid of shorting today or tomorrow. We are still pretty high and the market can't take a 1-day dip and then continue forever. At some point, we have to go a little bit lower. So we did close below the 20 EMA. I'll watch it and see what it does. I'll keep a close eye on it, but I am perfectly reasonably happy to do anything bull or bear. We will see. All right, so I'm getting a lot of requests now in the chat pane. Ryan, what's up, dude? Good having you here, brother. I know it's super late over there in Australia, but thanks for being here. Home Depot, small gap, looks pretty much like everything else. A little bit of a hammer, looks kind of cool. It looks like everything else. Nothing crazy exciting about that particular gap. I mean, it is a retest gap, right? So bear candle gapping down, bull candle gapping up. There's going to be a little bit of a battle between the two. I'll just let that battle do its thing before I trade Home Depot. All right, NVIDIA and then Tesla. NVIDIA. So NVIDIA is having it split. So let it have it split today. All it's going to do is just restructure and reevaluate, as you guys all know. Right, so this is not down 75%. They're just doing a split. So it's going to open normally. I think I'll put it on the list. I have no problem watching it today. If I'm looking at just from a non-biased perspective, it probably has a dip buy and then a buying opportunity. So I'll watch NVIDIA for more bullishness today than bearishness. I think that's probably the best direction to play it. And yeah, again, it's a split. It's good. I like it. And that's pretty much all I got on NVIDIA. Yeah. All right. Dope. Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. So it's doing pretty much what we thought it would do yesterday. Nothing magically, majestically different. Big bullish candle, gapping up a little bit pre-market. It's gapping up into the 100 simple moving average, which is going to be this blue line right here. So that will be a small resistance. Here's the 5-minute chart. And again, my assumption on Tesla is it's probably going to be a little bit weaker than stronger in the first 30 or 40 minutes, since it is gapping up into that resistance. So what I'm going to look for on Tesla is one of two things. Thing number one, a flash up into here and then a short. Thing number two, trade sideways a little bit and then a short. Arez says, do you think 633 is a good area for a stop? Yep, I do. I do indeed. And that's pretty much it. We'll watch it today. I mean, I pretty much have Tesla on my watch list relatively every single day. It's a very fun stock to trade. I love trading it, active trading it, short-term, day trade, long-term, swing trade options, all the things. It all looks good. So what I'm going to do is let it hang out, let it do its thing for a little bit. We'll see if we get a chance to trade it. If not, no big deal. Earnings are around the corner. Earnings are around the corner. So we will see. If it gaps down below 620 on earnings, the absolute bottom is going to drop out of Tesla for a few days. And it will trade down to 550 or 540 and then probably get a chance to buy it. But yeah, if it gaps down too strong, whew, man, some bulls are going to be really, really trapped. So anyway, we'll see. I think, again, my thoughts on Tesla, it probably gaps up small on earnings and then fades down, and then we just keep chopping around. That's my actual expectation. We'll find out. But right now, overall trend, pressure's building, looks kind of cute. Let's see what happens on Tesla. Again, a lot of stocks coming in the chat pane, which is beautiful. Let's go look at Ford and Airbnb. Ford does have a very, very nice hammer at the 100. I agree. Looks very cute. It has bounced down here before. It can easily do it again. I generally don't day trade Ford, mostly because it has very, very small average range. Although, yes, in May, it had a very nice run up. Had a nice run up in May. Could have absolutely made some money from there. But in the past, I've never cleaned up day trading Ford or anything. So with that hammer gapping up, if you're playing it, buy a dip, but bullish would definitely be the direction. So that's pretty much it. All right, so that's Ford, Airbnb. So Airbnb, this is the drawing I did on Airbnb a few weeks ago. It's not too far off. So I drew that on the 7th of July, pretty close. So Airbnb had a little bit of a roll down, nice retest, a little bit of a drop, not really gapping up above or below any specific pivots. So in essence, it's just hanging out. Now, could you still buy it down here? The answer is yeah, of course, can. Sure. Long-term buy low, sell high spot, I would agree. That's pretty much it. Yeah, buy low, sell high. All right, I'm gonna start speeding it up just a little bit. PayPal gapping up small. Smaller gap up on PayPal. 4 bear candles in a row, came down to the 20. Perfect bouncing spot. Makes sense, right? That's a very, very nice S curve, right? All the buyers up here. This is the spot to sell. This is the spot to buy. Buy the dip. That was the dip. So cool. Pretty clean, pretty obvious, pretty easy, right? Nice S curve, new high, great spot to sell. There's your pullback into the 20. So if you're buying the dip on PayPal here, it makes perfect sense. Earnings are on the corner. Trend is bullish. PayPal looks kind of cute. Bigger picture, I'd love to buy it around 274. JS wants to look at oil futures. He says he got a short on it earlier and wants to do it again. Very cool. Oil futures, I'm a fan. So crude, long-term, looks like a really gnarly double top. And here is the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart, pretty good breakdown. Yeah, man, I would keep a very, very close eye on this level right here. If that bad boy breaks, a lot of short left, a lot of short opportunities left. Can make some really, really good money on futures with crude oil coming up. Trend looks pretty fun. So have a blast, dude. Okay. AEHR was requested. So here's the daily chart. And this one had a huge breakout yesterday. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's a great gap, good open. Robert says Bezos already back on the ground. Bezos landed. Amazon's looking good. Congrats. Good job for him. It's amazing. This is so cool. So cool. Yeah, AEHR looks nice, actually. I like it. It's a good gap up. Just some good trends. It's going to have some good volatility. I'll put it on the list. Let's see what it does. AMD. Oh, so here's a question. Yeah, would Bezos, Musk, or Richard Branson make it to the moon first? That's a good question. I don't think Musk has any intention of going to the moon. He wants to go to Mars. He doesn't really care about the moon. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Lauren says he could use the moon as a test for Mars. Very true. Very, very true. AMD. So we day traded this one yesterday for a really nice profit. It's a great win. I'll keep an eye on it. AMD is one of the stocks I could watch every single day. It is gapping up today. It is a nice gap up, I think. I'm more inclined to buy the dip on it. I will watch it. More bullish than bearish on AMD. But again, for me, if we take out some really, really clean key areas of support later today, I can absolutely short some stuff. So AMD, I'll put on the list for sure. AMC. So AMC, we looked at a lot yesterday. Jim requested it this morning. Nothing really ironically special on AMC. Very, 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 very small gap up. 52 cents. It's It's gapping up into an old support, new resistance, which is right around here, this candle. So that old level, that's going to be a little bit of a choppy zone. We've closed below this candle. My direction, focus, and main trade would probably be looking for a bear trade on AMC. If you get one, if you can. Probably about it. Yeah, so if it breaks down the support around 34.68, I'd probably look to short it personally. HCA Healthcare. Wow, nice, Nashville. HCA is moon Lamboing. All right, let's put it on the list. Great gap. Should be interesting to see what it does. Don't know if I'll get a chance to trade it, although it wouldn't be bearish. Not shorting that one. Definitely not shorting. Arthur Pierce wants to look at GFI. I'm surprised you don't want to look at General Electric. Goldfields Limited. Small gap up. Hanging out on the daily, weekly, monthly. Yeah, a lot of good long-term moving averages there. It is gapping above resistance. Nice pre-market hammer. So if it broke above 941, I would go long. And Amazon, I can put on the list. We could day trade Amazon today. I'm fine with that. Just because it'll be interesting to see what happens. All right, Lake. I'm definitely going to watch Lake today for a little bit of a continuation. And then Spotify, I'm going to watch it to go long as well. Adriano says, what do you do with something like Cardinal that is breaking pivots, but such a huge gap? It's not really that big of a gap. 4%. It's pretty clean. You play it. You watch it, you put it on your watch list, you buy the dip, look to go long. That's it, man. It is a blue chip gap, so it's only going to move so far. It's a dividend paying stock, so I won't be super aggressive with it, but I'll put it on the list, man. If you want to see how I trade it, watch. Let's learn together. Let's see what we get. Zoom. I do like this gap on Zoom. This is true. I do. All right, I'll put Zoom on the list as well. All right, team, cool. We got a nice watch list. Market opens in 70 seconds. Take a nice, cool, calming, relaxing breath. And let's realize we are already abundant. We are already profitable. We are already rich and wealthy. We have water, we have food, we have internet. We're already fantastic. We have everything we need. Stop stressing about more and just be accepting what you have. What you appreciate appreciates. So let's go get more of being amazing. Brandon. Hey, buddy. Got a few Brandons here today. I like it. Team branding. Brandon. All right. Let's go get it. All right, here we go. Boom. Ding, ding, ding. Best part of the day. And LAKE did not open super strong. I'm going to watch this one mostly for a little bit of a potential continuation. He had a nice little bullish pop yesterday. Let me just pop into a 5-minute chart. Okay, cool. I like this one. Just in case it continues. Again, it might not, doesn't have to, but let's just see. Spotify, I'm just going to watch it for 3 or 4 minutes. Roblox did not open great. Let's get that up. Peloton, we'll see. Cardinal Health, it's already pulling back, so we'll see what it does. The Qs, I'm just going to watch the Qs to see if it breaks lower. NVIDIA, again, it's down, but not actually down, saying 5%. They're just having the split. So I'm going to watch to see if we get a bounce on NVIDIA. Tesla, again, more short than long. So it's not going to really do this one. It's going to do the first one. So if you're looking at playing Tesla, probably keep more of a short perspective for the first 20 minutes, see if it fills the gap, and then we'll just see what it does from there. AEHR, AMD is selling off at open? What? I don't know what that means. Why would it do that? What? Can someone tell me why AMD is selling off in the morning? Slight joke for those of you who haven't been trading with me for a while. So AMD sells off 79% of the time in the morning. 79% of the time it sells off in the first 15 minutes. It's a very, very, very high percentage. Very high. So we watch it extremely frequently, and it does it very often. So with this immediate droppage, I'm gonna go to the daily chart. Let me just check on two things really quick. All right, I'm gonna draw this line here. Got it. Don't need those for right now. Make this purple. Okay. Just gonna give this one 2 or 3 minutes to see what she does, but right now it looks a little more weak than strong. All right, just gonna give it a few minutes and we'll see what it does. HCA, definitely don't short it. Amazon, I'm gonna watch it. So it looks like everything gapped up and kind of faded down immediately, essentially. Essentially, that's what we got. Peloton, we'll see. CAH. Hunter says this has a nice opening hammer. I would agree. I would totally agree with that. It's up 3%. The purple line's the 100 on the daily. 58.27 by 57. Oh, might not get a chance to get that. All right, let me zoom into a smaller time frame and see if we can buy a dip, Hunter, because you are correct. It is quite nice. 58.18 by 57.18. Cardinal helps. Let's do it. I'll make that an official trade and get it put in all the places as quick as I can. 58.8. So it's $1 risk. New official day trade. Here's the best news. If it doesn't work, I just get to blame it on Hunter Clark. What do you guys think about that? Makes it so much easier for me. I'm just kidding. We all know that, hey, when you trade, sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. You know? Isn't that right, Hunter? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I am perfectly comfortable with all those outcomes. So far, a penny miss. Okay, this is a gap and go, actually. Steven says, I love being able to blame others for my bad trades, LOL. Me too, it's my favorite. All right. Cool. So again, we got the hammer on the 2-minute and 3-minute. It is a gap and go. Also, this purple line's the 100 simple moving average on the daily chart. And again, it is a bullish gap and go. So I see why we would take this trade. Denise says, why 58.18? Because that is the high of the bear candle. But the real answer is, Denise, there's no specific reason why this number. You have to pick a number at some point. So it could be 58.17, 58.16, 58.15, 58.14, 58.19, 58.20, 58.21, anywhere in there. I mean, you got to pick a number. You got to set it up. You know, it's like if you go to a restaurant at some point, you got to order food. So just putting it in there. I mean, I'm taking out the high of this bear candle with all of this bear volume on a bullish gap and go above the 100 simple moving average. If it trades up into 58, high 58s, low 59s before we get triggered, I'll cancel it. So far, this is a 1 penny miss. 1 penny Newsome looks like he strikes again. Yep. Nice. Nice. That is so cool. So it's a cool running joke, Denise, because it's a valid question, right? Why 58.18? It's a very valid question, but you'll notice if you trade with me long enough that I have a weird habit, at least recently, in the last 5 or 6 months, I've missed tens of thousands of dollars by a penny or less. Sorry, 6 pennies or less. It's hard to miss a trade by a penny or less. But yeah, I've missed a lot of trades by 6 pennies or less. 6 Penny Newsom. That's my name on the 7 C's. I'll give that 4 more minutes to see if it triggers, but if it gets up into 59, I'll cancel it. Hey, but either way, I recognize the opportunity. Recognize the opportunity. All right, Lakeland doesn't like it's going to do much. Spotify, probably not going to do much. Craig Turner says, at some point you have to order food. Awesome quote. Thanks, man. All right, Roblox. So Roblox getting wrecked. All right, so wait on that one. Q's. Oh boy. Okay. Tesla with the drop. Did anyone get a chance to catch that short? Erez, I hope you shorted it with puts. Bought it with puts. Played puts. Since you asked about Tesla 46 times, hope you made some money on the down move. All right, AEHR, gonna keep waiting. And AMD, I just couldn't catch it fast enough. Could not catch that fast enough. What a drop, man. Let me pop over to, literally, we have an entire channel called AMD is my ATM. Who shorted at open today? You guys want to know something crazier? So AMD on the daily chart, I said it sells off 79% of the time in the morning, in the first 15 minutes, 79% of the time. Except when you have a bullish candle gapping up, then it sells off 86.3% of the time in the morning. A bullish candle gapping up, 86.3. It's very, very high. I didn't get a chance to short this morning, but it's all good. Good morning, Josh. Dude, super excited to hang out. Me and Josh about to bro down in Spain. Pretty excited about that. All right, team, let's cancel CAH. Go ahead and cancel it. Cancel CAH. Cancel CAH. Cancel CAH. So the reason we're canceling that one, team, we missed it by a few less than 2 pennies on 2 separate occasions. Doesn't mean it can't work. It just means that I don't really want to get, like, if it breaks lower than here, it's going to go down more. So I could probably try to buy it down to here, but yeah. Kristen, what's up, Rockstar? How are you? Okay. The Qs. Yeah, team. I'm hunting for shorts right now. I think I might have missed it right there. Yeah. Inside bar on the 3-minute. That is it. That is it. All right. 345, 354.45. 355.45, $1 stop. Normally, if I play the Qs, I like to try to have a $1 stop. I'm going to turn the extend hours off. Let me just see what our Momo is doing. Momo is still long on the 3-minute, 5-minute, and it's short on the 15. So I got to wait a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Okay. I can wait longer. I can wait a little bit more, but Qs, if it takes this candle out, oh yeah. We're absolutely going to short that bad boy. Okay. Drag that up. Terry says short apps on open for 1.4 hours. Nice. Good job, brother. Solid work. So Tesla gapped up into the 100 SMA, gotten some selling. Also, just like we talked about yesterday in the afternoon swing trading room, same exact analysis. AMDs are down 1.5%. Going to keep an eye on that one. HCA, which is a Nashville, Tennessee company. Go Nashville. Nashville representing. Okay. Hunter says, I hate that company. I don't have any feelings one way or another personally. All right. Amazon. So I'm just going to watch Amazon closely. Again, guys, this level that we just formed, this little pivot, I think in the broader market's a relatively strong support. Ryan says, is the Q's short official? Let's pop over to official day trades. Nope. It is not. Not yet. Let's give it a few more minutes, and let's see if we get it posted in there. Let's see what we do. Yeah, bro. Pablo is looking at GILD. GILD, yeah, it's a nice high wave candle. This stock has taken forever to go higher. Absolutely forever, but it is slowly going, and it's just so stuck in between those long-term averages. So at the weekly 200. Yeah, Pablo, best of luck, my man. You're a great trader. I know you will crush it. But this is probably where I would go short right there, personally. Tweezer bottom on NVIDIA. Let's go check it out. NVIDIA. Tweezer bottom. Tweezer, perfect tweezer? Yes, perfect tweezer. Okay. So NVIDIA breaks below here. We can absolutely short it. And that can also be a support level as well, right? So if it breaks above, we can go higher. So I'm going to keep an eye on NVIDIA. Definitely on the list for sure. Sorry I missed Cardinal Health, guys. We did our best. Type in a 3 if you at least were able to recognize the opportunity and you kind of see it and you understand it. Right? That's the point of the trading rooms. Very nice candle. All right, that's a nice hammer. We all see the hammer. The purple line on your screen is the 100 simple on the daily, and you had a perfect gap and go on the daily chart. So Adriano, remember you asked how I would trade something like this. Do you now kind of see how we would? Tried our best. I mean, we literally missed this one by a cent. An American penny, an Abraham Lincoln. We just got Abraham Lincoln. Oh, boy. Good old Abraham. Abraham in the building. GFI. Arthur Pierce getting all excited about this one. It took out that hammer candle on the 5-minute chart. So he is in long. Looks good. Here's the daily chart. Go crush it, Art. Make tons of money. Buy assets. Pay down debts. Be amazing. Go get it, bro. All right. Qs. Oh. High wave candle on a 5-minute. Momo is bearish on the extended hours. Almost on the non-extended. Let's give it a few more minutes. I'm just sitting back. Market's been open 15 minutes, by the way, if you're wondering. If you're wondering, you're like, what? Why am I not in something? mRNA isn't stopping. Amazing. Look at this. Also, congratulations for anyone who took the algo course that we had just a few weeks ago. I had 3 traders who were in mRNA on the algo, the automated trading robot that they built in the algo class. And They made 11% there, and right now they're still in 43% up on mRNA automated. A robot is up 43% for our traders who took that class. How cool is that? Art says, how much does that cost? Well, you could, if you want, pop into the Algo mentorship group. So if you guys do want to go build your own trading robot or learn how to do it, we have a mentorship group that'll teach you and help hold your hand on how to do it. So David Potvin has 6 slots left. Team, full disclosure, it's $399 for 8 weeks. 8 weeks. It's a small group coaching. It's really one of the greatest things that we've done as far as just helping traders really, really get a grasp of this. So I'm gonna post this link in the chat pane. But seriously, this guy has built hundreds of our traders in our group a automated trading robot. Art says they show you how to help build your own algo. Yeah. Yeah, man. We just had a course on it. A whole program. Art says, dude, that is sick. It is sick. Hunter says, what platforms do you have to be in for this again? Either TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, or Interactive Brokers, TradeStation, Robinhood, and or TradingView. Do you have any of those, Hunter? Specifically, Interactive Brokers and or TD Ameritrade. Hunter says, I have a TD account. There you go. Art says, I'll have TradeStation. There you go. Pam says, it works on IB. Yep. Doesn't matter if you're from Canada or not. IB is IB. Yeah. All right. So the Q's popped higher for right now, which is fine. Totally cool. I'm all for the market going higher. Art. I don't off the top of my head know the answer to that question, but I do know that you don't have to know any coding to actually do it. So yeah, man, no coding needed. Nice hammer on Roblox, says Steven Jackson. All right, hammer on Roblox. I see what you're looking at. I see that hammer. Okay, I'll keep it on the list. Let's keep an eye on it, see what it does. Adriano says, I'm an Etsy long. I have a partial at 191.30. I love it. Looks great. TG says, I missed AMC. So AMC did gap up. I missed it too. I'm not playing it long right now. I have no position in AMC presently. I kind of like it more of a bear trade, but if it doesn't go bearish, it might not. The analysis I had this morning is it needs to break 3478 before we go short. Ricky says, is it a gap and go? Let's go look at the daily chart and find out, Ricky. Let's practice. White candle gapping up. What do you got, Ricky? Is it a gap and go? Jose Gomez says, I took the algo course and didn't know anything about algos. Let me tell you, I'm playing around with the codes, and when I see the results, it starts to get scary. It is, man. Isn't it cool? Super cool. This is a retest gap. Retest gap. White candle gapping up, which means you're going to be waiting for a pullback, retest, or sideways movement before getting in. And there was your pullback, retest, or sideways movement right here. That was it. Hunter says, what's scary about it? How much money you can make without doing anything? Yeah, man. The profits you can make without actually doing anything. It's quite incredible. Newegg. I do like Newegg. Newegg's been moving real nice. I agree. I'll put on the list. Let's keep an eye on it. Might be able to take off. Am I going to take off Lake? Yeah, I think so. Take it off for a day trade. Spotify. Probably going to be able to take off Spotify in just a little bit. Peloton, aka Pelothian, hanging out. Roblox just broke down. I want to short this. All right. I'm going to short the retest of this one. Bearish limit sell. David Hunter says, how long has the algo been running? A while. It's been running a while. What's this time frame? 5-minute chart. This is that 10. Going to the 3-minute. 3-minute looks good. 78.19. All right, 78.19 by 78.96 will be an official trade on Roblox. Hunter says, where are you reading some of these questions? I'm reading them in the chat pane. Some people just don't have it set up to all panelists and attendees. They're only sending it to me, Hunter, and you can't see it unless you're a panelist. New official day trade on Roblox. Robert says he's making them up or that. Or I'm just feeding myself sales questions, you know? That's also possible. You guys are funny. All right, RBLX 78.19 by 78.96. Okay. So I have it set up. I don't know if we'll get fill, but we'll see. I threw it in there. Let's find out. Keep an eye on the cues if it breaks that support later. I'm so bummed about Cardinal Health. Oh my gosh. Cheese, rice, and biscuits. Snuffleupagus, man. That is Brutus Magutus. The low of this candle is 58.19. The low of this candle is 58.21. The low of this candle is 58.25. Woo. Man. I mean, that's a comfy R right there. An R a day keeps the bill collector at bay, ladies and gentlemen. That is the goal. R a day. Okay. NVIDIA. Watching NVIDIA, see if it breaks down that tweezer bottom. But if it does that, I think a little bit of everything is going to go down lower. Peloton. Oh, yes. Setting that up on Peloton for sure. If I had stones, I'd short it. I'd have a stop at 122.95. But I don't, though. I have no stones. I'm stoneless. 122.16 by 124.72. All right, we have 2 official day trades, one on Pelothian and one on Roblox. 122.16. Stab louse. 124.72. I'll put in the rest of the stuff later. Polly says, what do you like about that setup? Main thing I'm a fan of, huge bear candle, lower highs, small bullish candle, good risk reward into support. Huge retest gap on the daily chart. Right, massive big bullish candle. We got a long way to go into a support level. Risk reward's good. Longer trade sideways, the better it becomes too. Yep. Great question. I love doing my best to explain trade setups. That's why we're here, right? We're here to learn. Again, and Paula, you know this, it might not work. And it might not trigger. You know, all those things could be true. Cecil McLean says he likes some Tesla right now. It was a beautiful drop this morning. Very clean, very easy, very simple to identify that one. I do like this 5 minute. I do like the fact that Momo was bullish. There's a lot of chop on the daily chart. Again, it's literally in the middle of the long-term moving averages. I am so excited about earnings. This is going to be great. Although I don't think it does anything on earnings. I think it has a gap up and just fades down. But it could be really cool. Pressure is absolutely squeezing. Look at this. This is so fun. So fun. So again, the 100, 200 on the daily, buy as low as you can, sell as high as you can, be a little bit on the patient side. I'm not going to aggressively trade Tesla on the day trade today, although I am in long-term shares, calls, all kinds of stuff. All right. So Roblox got the high wave bullish inside candle. Momo on the 5 minute non-extended is bearish. Momo on the extended is bearish. 15 extended is bearish. 15 non-extended is about to flip to bearish. 3 minute non-extended is bearish. I'm trading in the trend. We'll see if it works. We'll see if we fill. One of two scenarios happens. We either lose or we win. That's it. How cool is that to know, though? How cool is that to know? Pelothian. I kind of want to lower this stop. Man, if I was a good trader, I'd have a stop like right here at 123.50. Make that risk reward a little bit better. Make it a little bit better. I do like this little lower shadow. Is the Momo short on this time frame yet? Nope, not yet. Just a little bit. Whoa. All right. Qs, I'm going to wait for it. Just see what the Qs do. I'm so bummed about Cardinal Health. Dang. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, is that a thing of beauty or what? It's just a gorgeous gap. So phenomenal. What's the weekly chart? I don't think I looked at the weekly chart when I did this trade. Weekly, monthly, yeah. Very nice. I would have exited a partial, most likely, and just in case anyone is in or took a trade setup or something, this would be my exit for everything. It'd be right there. I would have already exited a partial, probably 10%, and my stop loss, my stop loss on the trade would be right here. Just in case we're practicing, so you want to kind of know a little bit about what we're doing or where we're doing it or why we're doing it. Right, so that's just kind of where it would be. So final target would be 59.51, stop loss would be 58.43. It'd be a winning trade or a winning trade. There'd be no in between. Okay, roadblocks filled on the pullback. Right, so we are bearish on multiple time frames. We'll see if it goes lower, but we did get filled. So we're in a short trade on roadblocks at 78.19. Again, we might lose on this trade, and if we do, that's okay. I've heard we lose on trades. Trades can lose. That is very possible. Pretty strong bullish volume, realistically. Quite strong. So a lot of bull volume. If I turn the extended hours off. Yeah, Momo is still bearish on that time frame, and then the daily chart, it is a retest gap. But again, moving averages are bearish on the daily. So I'm definitely taking this in the direction of the trend. If it doesn't work, that's okay. 15 minute, we have a high wave candle. So we'll see. And then Peloton, for right now, I mean, I think it looks pretty good. Now, here's the other piece of this as well. Obviously, we could lose on Roblox and win on Peloton, or vice versa. Let me set up a little bit more than a 1 hour target on Peloton just in case we get really, really lucky. I don't think we will, but you never know. This would be a gap fill. So we'll throw that out for right now, 119.53. I have a trader saying, do I use level 2 a lot? Not personally. Not the best level 2 trader. 78.96 and okay, gotta watch this closely because the 10 EMA on that 5 in it right there. I think we could go to here, 118.15. This is what I'm hoping for on Peloton. The 200 is going to be a little bit of support, and we could exit a small portion, small partial there. Let me actually talk about that. Could exit a small partial here or lower stop. Now, full disclosure, if this is the 200 SMA, if I can go profitable on both Roblox and Peloton simultaneously, I'm allowed to exit. Okay, so this is a fade, 122.16. Got it. All right. So again, I'm allowed to exit on both if I want to, need to, or feel like I should. Let me just go pop over to the Qs. Wow, Qs are still kind of strong. They haven't broken that support yet. Cardinal Health, great trade, Leland. Great trade. Leland, congrats on Cardinal Health. Well done, buddy. All right, we trade as a team. So even if I don't get a chance to win, if someone else does, that's fantastic. Never scared of that. Oh, heavens, team. Look at this bleeding right now. Oh, snap. Tesla. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Is this another tweezer bottom on NVIDIA? Almost. Spotify. Oh, boy. AMD is dropping. HCA is hanging out. Amazon's dropping a little bit. Zoom's dropping. Newegg. That is a candle right there. Oh, heavens. Holy cheese biscuits. That is a candle. Wow. Let's try for this. 76.76. And let's just make sure Peloton doesn't turn into a bad baby. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 bear candles in a row. Again, we haven't quite hit the 200 simple yet. 200 simple is 120.08. We haven't quite hit that yet. It's a pretty strong close. I think we should probably try to hold these trades, guys. Okay. Let's try. I probably need to just close my computer and walk away on these for a second. Update on Roblox. Type in a 3 if you're in these trades with us. Update Okay. Pretty much all of you. All right. Well, let's go make a bunch of them. Let's go make some money or protect some capital. Mitigate risk, mitigate profits, mitigate exposure, mitigate something. Josh says, what do you think of a daily dip buy off of the 200 on the daily moving average? On what, champ sauce? Woodshed says, do you like square long at 230.50? If he gets down there, yeah. Yeah, if it gets down there. This was my analysis from this morning, was purchase at 233.50 with a stop at 231.50. So if you were in that trade or something very similar, what I would do on this exact trade is move up my stop loss here and probably just take a small win because it doesn't look amazing. But yeah, anywhere in that 230 level, if it pulls down there, sure thing. Yeah, looks good. Josh is asking, should he buy a Tesla off of the 200 simple on the daily? If it gets down there, sure. I think you could take a small stab at it. I'm gonna have to make. I'm gonna make a video if this trade doesn't work on Roblox, which is fine. I don't care if it doesn't. I will have to make a video about that candle, that close, this volume, this trend, this moving average. Yeah, it would be not surprising. I mean, I've had everything in the market that could happen, can happen, but really, yeah, if it doesn't poke down a little bit lower, it doesn't have to get to our target. I'm talking about just a little bit lower. I'd be shocked. And then Peloton, I get it. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 bear candles in a row, and we got very close to 200 simple. We're very, very close. Again, I think it's probably best to try to wait this one out. I don't want to wait too long. And this is where I'm annoyed by my risk reward, because if I did short here with a stop loss there, I could have exited there for an R already. But I'm generally not that fast with the microphone. I generally don't rock the mic like a vandal, you know? Qs look weak though. They don't look super strong. Cardinal Health is crushing. Spotify. Look at this NVIDIA candle pattern. This is fun. Wow. Okay. Okay, team. So market's been open 40 minutes. I'm gonna do this for a few minutes and then just go look at some stuff. 3M. Oh, that is a gap and go on 3M for sure. Wow. Nice runnage. Didn't see that one, but very, very pretty. Boeing. So Boeing kind of hanging out a little bit. Dow Jones hanging out. Lockheed Martin. Ooh, wow. Some of those names look really powerful. SPY. It's a pretty good little pop, honestly. Johnson & Johnson. J&J hanging out, Twilio hanging out, CarMax. Oh my goodness, look at CarMax. Holy Toledo's, Batman. Chimaroo. I mean, this trade. What a beaut, as Allison says. I obviously did not take this trade, but this would have been the easiest setup of all time. Easiest setup in the history of mankind. Look at that. 2 back-to-back really nice candles. You got the high wave candle right there on a perfect gap and go. Type of 7 into the chat pane if that's the easiest setup you've seen in your lifetime. That is really nice. Wow. Doug, how are you doing today, man? Crushing life out there? Let's go look at Upwork, UPWK, Upwork. Trying to do something. ST&E. Wow, all these bear candles in a row. NCTY. Nothing special there. Teladoc. Trying to bounce. Amwell, doing whatever. Uni Software, doing whatever. Palantir, doing something. Etsy, hanging out. ASTS, Space Mobile, chilling. Intel, AMD, Microsoft. So again, inside candle. Nothing really ridiculously awe-inspiring about that setup, I don't think. Robert says the Qs are prime for a short here. I think so too. I think so. Airbnb, nothing really radically amazing today. Again, it is a nice little buy low, sell high area for a day trade. It's just okay. Still an inside candle hanging out. I have a trader saying, do you look at relative volume before going into a trade? Relative volume, not necessarily. I just look at volume. I mean, I can generally pretty quickly see if it has more or less volume than it does before. Yeah, but I don't focus too much on that. Micron Technology hanging out down here a little bit, looks a little on the weaker side. Terry says crypto has been getting pummeled. Crypto has been getting pummeled, and I think we can go a little bit lower. I think we're going to go a little bit lower. Yeah, I think we're about to pull up into this $1,400 range. That'll have some real good panic for the crypto fiends. And yes, I am in. I do have crypto positions for sure. But this would be 70% pullback. That'd be pretty large. There's a lot of people who bought in up there, unfortunately. And here, and here, and here. Most of my orders are down here. So I am in. I do have a position, large position, but if it goes lower, that's fine. I'll kind of keep picking a little bit more up. And we'll just kind of wait out and see what happens. Google, hanging out. Alibaba. I love this hammer on Baba. Robert Falco had a really nice put sale for 190 in August. I think it's showing a little bit of strength. And here on the 5-minute chart, I'd probably be looking at more long on Baba than short. So this is the 5-minute chart that we're looking at right now. And really good double bottom kind of break. I would be cautious buying it now because you're buying it high, right? You want to buy low and sell high. So you probably want to like maybe buy a pullback into 208.50, but in general, it looks good. AJ wants to look at DocuSign. DocuSign, very, very strong trend. Still going up. Still looks pretty good. 5-minute chart, just kind of chilling. AJ, if you want to play DocuSign, I actually do like this little bear candle compression pattern this building. Obviously, I don't know if it triggers, but I would look for something like this. if you're looking at playing DocuSign. So there you go, AJ. Jay says he got 2 R's on AMAT. Yeah, you did. Good job, AJ. Sorry, not AJ. Jay. Just good old Jay. My boy Jay. So well done. Pfizer looking to break out. Yeah, that is true. Very, very strong blue chip stock. I would be cautious buying it up here. This is probably the selling spot, realistically. New high, new S-curve high, 4 bull candles in a row on a blue chip stock with earnings approaching. It's might could go a little bit higher, but this is about the spot to start trimming and trailing. This is the area to buy, and this is the area to sell. Buy low, sell high. Yep. Arthur making some money on his GFI call out. Goldfields Limited breaking above that bear hammer on a 5-minute chart. Go get it, brother. Apps hanging out. And Roblox, nothing yet. Peloton, still waiting. Trying to be a little patient on these two just to see if the Qs break down. I don't think they do. Tesla, kind of a cute little bounce. Again, I won't be massively blown away if this candle, doesn't go a little bit lower on Roblox, but I'd be a little shocked. I would be a little shocked. But there's the Qs, man. Rocket ship. So never broke that main pivot. Okay, looks like that pivot's going to hold for now. NVIDIA, all those buyers, all those tweezer bottoms getting bought up. AMD starting to bounce. Lauren asked, what's the target for Zillow? 107.19. 107.19. Wow. That candle closing below that volume and Roblox not going down. That is muy impressive. Moment of truth on Peloton. That's true. Very true. AEHR can take off the list. AMD, I'm going to keep a close eye on. AYX. I forgot the stock existed. It's at 78. That was a great day trade right there. Yeah, nice gap. That is very true. 78-minute chart. Tobias says it just triggered the Momo signal long. Not yet. Not yet. Got a little bit longer to go, but very, very close. HCA kind of consolidating, some pressure building, looks pretty good. Amazon's really not doing anything, ironically enough, for all the news that was going to have today. I thought it would do something more than that, but it's really not. Tesla, again, doesn't look extremely bearish. More bullish than bearish. It's just compressing. Again, this is the daily chart. It's right in the middle of those long-term averages. This is right in the middle. Tobias says, my chart shows the signal. It's because you are using extended hours on that, my dear friend. Melanie says, hey, Jeff. I don't know who Jeff is. I'm assuming you mean Jeremy. What does MOMO mean? MOMO stands for momentum. It's an indicator that we built. And I will give you a video for it. Here you go. Trends following real life trading. So Manny, check out this video right here, and it will give you all the information you need. Boom. Enjoy. All right. Qs. Nope, we're going to fill this gap, team. All right, bulls it is. So let me see how I can exit Roblox or Peloton in the next few minutes for a very, very small gain. I was hoping for a lot better. I was like, maybe I thought the craziest thought ever. Would you guys want to hear the craziest thought ever? Maybe we have a down day. That's what I thought, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for thinking such a horrible thought. Maybe maybe the market goes down for a day. Nope. All right, Virgin Galactic is down 5.5. I actually like this location a lot. JJ says, how do I become a badass like Jeremy? There's only one way to do it, Jay. Only one way. Got to go through this program right here. Real life transformation. Who wants to do it? It's a 12-week mentorship program with yours truly. So you might want to go through it with me. Perez says, I'm already in. Nice. So 12 weeks, me and you. What do you guys think? Oh, you're the YouTube poet. Nice. That's awesome. Art says, nah, I'm lazy. I know you are, but it's okay. All good, man. I'm not. I'm not lazy, bro. JL says, Saturday, how many hours? It's just 1 hour. 1 hour on Saturdays for 12 Saturdays. Eric says, Roku whipped me out. Great try, man. Arez says, I am lazy, but in a good way. Always look to improve and save time. Right on. I just don't like using the word lazy. I don't know. It's just, maybe I need to change the definition of lazy in my brain. I just don't feel like it's an awesome adjective. Efficient is a better word. Efficient, probably better than lazy. But yeah, good try on Roku, Eric. Nice try. I'm gonna put Virgin Galactic on the list for sure. All right, stop loss move on Peloton. And I'm gonna determine if I'm gonna get out. Give me a few quick seconds. Let me just pull up 3 minute, 5 minute. High wave candle, extended hours. Momo on the 5 minute. Has it gone bearish yet? No. 3 minutes bearish. I am going to lower the stop. I just don't want to lower it too much. Let's go. What's Roblox doing? I'm probably going to have to win very small in Roblox, which is unfortunate. Is the Q's trying to roll down? Not yet. All right, well, we can do this. New stop loss on Peloton, 123.61. And let's try to hold for like 4 more minutes. New stop loss on Peloton. Let's just see. I want to be patient. If I walked away, it's probably a smarter idea. Lowering stop on Peloton. It's probably going to be one of those good situations for me just to walk away and just let it do its thing. I could see how Roblox could get a little bit of selling here. We got the VWAP and the 10 EMA interacting with each other. This is on the extended hours, of course. If I turn the extended hours off, still has a little bit of bear pressure. 15-minute chart has some bear pressure. 30-minute chart has some bear pressure. Qs look bullish. Looks like they want to retest and we want a little bit of a dip buy. 35531 by 35431. That could work for a bull day trade. Cardinal Health did its thing. I'm going to miss Virgin Galactic, or sorry, Spotify. AMD is hanging out. Amazon is really ugly. Zoom can't figure out what it wants to do. And Newegg, maybe something cool happens. Hunter says efficiency should be a key to everything we do. Doug says be intentional and maximize our time. Yes. JS says he is in Virgin Galactic. Nice. All right, man. I'll keep an eye on it for you. Let's see if she bounces. Best of luck. Josh from Spain. What up, dude? By the way, is anyone else here from Spain? I'm going to be in Spain next week. I fly out Friday. I found out yesterday. That's what's cool about trading, right? JL says, we're in Spain, the southern coast. Very, very southern coast. Denise says, I'm from Brazil, but now in Miami. Nice. The city I'm going to is this. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it pronounced Malaga? I'm assuming. Kristen said, I hope your wife didn't hear that. Me going to Spain? Yeah, she's not super excited. She kind of hated me for a few hours. I told her I wasn't going to go to Barcelona, though. I was like, babe, I won't go to Barcelona. I promise. If I go to Barcelona, she'll chop my legs off. But I am excited about it. JL says Malaga is better, bro. Well, cool. I'm excited about it. It's going to be fun. I'm amped. Super amped. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do on Roblox, and then it's a full-on pivot. Don says, take her with you to Spain. I would love to, man, but she is right around 8 months pregnant, so she is unable to travel anywhere. New stop loss on Roblox. Okay. Peloton actually did get a little bit of a lower move. That's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. So I'll give it a few more moments. Let me just see what the Qs are doing. Again, I don't know exactly how far Peloton's going to go down, or Roblox. I mean, this just looks so good. I really don't want to be too aggressive. I know why I'm being aggressive. I want to show off for everyone who's here. I want you guys to feel like you have a lot of value. And so I'm trying to do something super cool. and like flex some muscles and make some money really quickly. I know that's what I'm doing. That's what my brain is saying. By myself, I probably just walk away from these trades for an hour and a half, go work out, do a push-up or 3, do some emails, and make my time efficient. But I also would love to give you guys some profits day trading this week so you can be like, oh man, RLT is amazing. I want to sign up, because it is. It's really amazing, but I get it. We all want to make money. I understand that. I understand. Andrea Rodriguez says, when is the baby due? Baby's due September 16th, and my boy Hector has a baby girl on the way. Congratulations, Hector. That's so awesome. It's amazing, brother. So cool. I know you're so amped about that. Mav says, are all 5 days free to join this week? As long as the week is still 5 days long. All right. So what do you think, Falco? Should I stack wood on both? Robert says probably. Okay. Let's do it, Robert. Let's exit our PTON and Roblox day trades for 2 wins and stack some wood. Hunter, because I'm chicken, dude. Because I'm a scaredy cat, Hunter Clark. Risk reward's not amazing. I should have made the stop a little bit more aggressive. I think by myself, again, trading by myself, I think my entry would be here, stop loss there, and that would have been a great trade. But the other thing is the market looks like it just wants to keep crushing. Oh no. I did again. I did again. I got an 8-cent miss. Oh man. 8 Penny Newsom sailing the 7 seas. Philip Williams says classic Newsom. Classic. Man, maybe I need to back trade some more. Josh says, got to roll, Jared. Thanks for the trades. Catch you later and see you in Spain. Hashtag things I never thought I'd read out loud. Yeah, man. Love you, bro. Have fun, and I'll see you in 4 days. Let's do it. And then Robert says, is that the only country you could get into? I was originally going to go to the UK, aka England, aka the United Kingdom. I was originally going to go to England. However, they do have an outrageous quarantine policy. So, yeah, man. Spain's it. All right, out of Roblox for a small win and out of Peloton. JL says Spain is more fun. I'm gonna have to agree, and I've never been. So I gotta be pumped about it. All right, team. Again, not the absolute worst win in the world on both trades. Remember, I technically can always get back in if I really need to. Right, we can always take another trade if we need to. I will just leave these alone just to see if I made the right decision. I don't think I made the right decision on Roblox, but let's find out. I think I just need to be a little bit more patient on Roblox. And then we'll see. Cindy, I will be traveling. I leave Friday after market close and I'll arrive. So it might be okay. It might be okay. But I will personally snag some puts and or some short inverse ETF shares if we fill this gap this week. So what's today? Tuesday. So let's say Wednesday, Thursday, we fill this gap. I will just get into some short positions just in case. So by the way, I don't think that that's how your name is spelled. Whoever just wrote that into the chat pane. How many R's have you made today? Dead with Fakashifa? I'm relatively sure that's a typo. Only because I've never seen someone's last name have 0 vowels. So it's probably a typo. But as of right now, I'm up 0.7 R's. So I'm going to watch Roblox. Because again, we can always get back in if we need to, and I'm out on Peloton. I should have had a little bit of a better risk reward ratio. Should have had a little bit of a tire stop, but I'll take it. Jose says, you're awesome, Jeremy. Thanks, man. Thank you. My name is Natine. It is a typo. See, I knew it. I knew it. I felt it in my bones. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't think. Tobias. That's a cool name. Tobias. I have a really good friend of mine whose son is named Tiberius Odin. Or either that or Odin Tiberius. What a cool name is that, you know? I was like, Odin Tiberius? Yeah, strong name. Dollar General retest 225. David Wygant, what you playing out there, man? What you looking at? Dollar General retest of 225. Yep, that is the location. Josh says, do you think we're getting a rotation into value now that FANG has done wave 3 run up last week? I honestly don't know, man. I'm really not sure. SQQ. Oh boy. Eric, that is Brutus. Brutus Magutus. Do you want to get a chance to play this 23350 by 23150 setup I talked about before market open? I don't know if anyone did. If you didn't, it's okay. No big deal. But hey, that one's working out okay. Right? That hammer, yesterday's hammer. Very pretty hammer. I'm sure some of you guys traded that one. Lillian says, when you're day trading, what time frame do you look at for double bottoms? 3 and 5 minute charts. Yep. The 3 and the 5. So for example, this is the Q's double bottom. This is the 5-minute chart. So I can see a few. I can see one here. I can see one there. And I missed this one, Lillian, just by 8 pennies again. Gosh. What am I doing today? David, did you see this trade I missed on Cardinal Health? Were you here? Man, that was 1 penny, bro. A cent. But hey, at least you missed it with me. That's why I like trading as a team. You know, it's like I'm okay to win or lose as a group or a unit or a family or community or team. Right, Wygan? Is it true that you've lost on some trades before? Is that true? Do you lose on trades? Everyone does, team. We lose. Just lose less than you win. Monetarily. Just lose less money than you make. And you'll be profitable. Roblox with the bounce. I'm going to keep a real close eye on these guys. Peloton, so far looks like a good exit. Thanks, Falco. Uh-oh. Oh, man. John, let me look out at my window, man. Is it time to look out of my window? Are there some pigs flying, bro? Are there pigs with wings? Johnny boy. Hey man, good job, brother. I'm very happy that you took that trip. I'm glad you liked it. I loved it. It was a perfect setup. I mean, the hammer from yesterday was just really great. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and trail from here. Proud of you, Axe. Love you, man. Love you. So what I'm gonna do is I'll stop the recording in 15 minutes and then I might record another one later just so that I don't have like a 4-hour recording on our YouTube, but maybe a 2-hour that's a little bit more digestible. Tesla, still just kind of chilling. Oh man. What a miss. Oh boy. Getting jacked. That is a thing of beauty. And what's cool about that, my friends, is we're kind of able to see another reason why I did exit, even though I did get help from a team member and friend, Robert Falco. Why I exited Roblox and Peloton was because the Qs was ripping, right? I saw the double bottom. It never broke down this pivot from this morning. Remember, that's why I said this morning is like, hey, let that pivot form. Once that pivot forms, if we take that out on bearish, it never did. This red line you see on the screen, that was the line that I just wanted to keep an eye on and see what it was going to do. Right? We came down, we came up, closed above, held, and then popped. This candle right here, type in a 4 into the chat pane if you can see that's the close above the double bottom neckline. By the way, there's 190 of you in right now. I want a lot of 4s. Need to have a lot of 4s in here. Jill says, do you trade stocks or options on higher price stocks? I will absolutely trade options for sure. I'll do both, Jill. I will definitely do both. I love me some options, but I do like shares. They are a little bit easier. All right, so all those who typed in a 4, thank you. But yeah, that's the neckline double. That's it. That's the close above that double bottom. Boom sauce. And I literally, that was a 8 penny miss. 8 penny Newsom sailing the 7 seas. Ford having a terrific day. The one I just decided not to trade. But full disclosure, I've never traded Ford. I just won't do it. I'm just a heathen. However, this hammer, if you are a Ford fan, I mean, there was no trade easier than this one today. Zero trade easier than this. Bang, bang, you're welcome. All the money. I played Roblox and Peloton for a small win. Missed Cardinal Health by a penny. Missed the Qs by 8. Didn't do anything on AMD, so that's okay. AMD had a quick sell off into a lower RSI and then bounced. What? In fact, it's also a pretty cool little divergence right here. Little RSI divergence, little divergerino. Diverge. Roberts the SPY is going to fill that gap today. Yes, it will. John says, go AMD. Yeah, man. Great trade, brother. Go get it. By the way, JS, we miss you, man. Team Montreal misses its leader. But I know you said you want to take a break and do it on your own. How's on your own been? Been slinging it? I'm sure June was good to you. Oh, you're in Ottawa. That's right. That's right. Focused on my MBA. Right on, bro. Right on. Octa. Manny, what do you want to look at on the Octa? This one looks nice. I did do a swing trade on this one and just got beat up. Nice looking candle, good gap, good retest, nice trend. Weekly chart looks good. Yeah, looks pretty. Ozone. I haven't looked at Ozone in a bit. This one stole an R from me. But I really do like this Morningstar reversal, Lillian. If you're buying, this is probably where. I would agree. If you're a buyer, this is probably where. Buy low, sell high. Good risk rewards loss too. All right. NVDA. So this one had the split today. Pop into a 5-minute. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, I'm gonna stop the recording now. Bye. Love you.